Good morning guys, good afternoon, good evening, when you're watching this. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy James McPhee here. Now you can tell by the title of the video, I will be doing a full day of eating. Just take you through what I eat to fuel me for training, help me recover and sort of refuel for my next training session. It is currently just gone 8 AM. As you can see, I'm starting the day with a black coffee. Sip on that Cannonball coffee. It's got a focus on the mug, focus, hand and face. Focus. Drink coffee, lift weights, repeat. Or I should ask them to change it to drink coffee, lift weights, run fast, repeat. Since I'm now working towards being a hybrid athlete, so lots of running involved there. Remembered, little tip is I use currently having a French press while I'm in work, or a confetti, however you say it. Recently read that not to press it all the way down because that just sort of compresses all the coffee granules, so you don't get much flavour. Whereas meant to press around like halfway or a quarter, so when you pour it, all the granules move around, you get a bit more flavour from the coffee. So there's today's top tip. But yeah, this is how I start my day, with a black coffee. Again, it's probably some sort of eating disorder, what have you. But when I feel like when I'm not training in the mornings, I don't eat first thing. I've been able to eat first thing for years anyway. Probably because of the coffee and the caffeine being an appetite suppressant. But also I still feel the point in eating when I'm not training for several hours. Hopefully that bin lorry is not taking up too much noise. I'm currently using the DJI mics I've got on the camera before I decide to buy a proper one. If I continue to keep vlogging, well, as I should say, as I get better at vlogging, I will keep vlogging, but just need to upgrade the microphones and all that. These are the ones I use, the DJI, I can't remember what they were called. Just the DJI mics, they're very good, you get two of them. You get two of them on the insides, also I've got one on the camera, hard to see. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, rambling a bit. Full day of eating, don't eat breakfast, drink coffee. I don't really drink breakfast. I don't really eat breakfast if I'm not training in the morning. I'll normally leave it a couple of hours. If I am training in the morning, I'll wake up, take the dog for a walk, that's for an hour, have a coffee, that's an hour, and then probably don't eat for another 2.5 to 3 hours once waking. But today, since I'm training around 2 or 3 o'clock, I won't eat until midday, so that's another 4 hours away. But right now I'm currently in work, just finished the morning of coaching. Gonna set this, do a bit of work. Gonna be launching some online coaching very soon, so keep your eyes open for that if you want to get involved. I might be throwing out a few free trials just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I always question my programming abilities. Just that, you know, is it right? People making progress, but also when people do make progress, it's huge relief for me because I put a lot of pressure on myself to make things the best they can be. So a lot of self-doubt that I'm working on as well, like with these vlogs, a lot of self-doubt if I should put them out or even get in front of the camera, because to be honest, life it's pretty boring at the minute. Not boring, but I do the same thing pretty much every day. I'm looking to change that since getting back to the vlogs, just working, training, just everyday life, and just get back to long form content, because I consume a lot of long form content, and I thought why not just have a go myself, put my tips out there. Obviously since I'm training for my first Hyrox, I thought I would vlog that as well. Since last year I got injured, couldn't do the powerlifting, which I was prepping for. Did the bodybuilding, didn't enjoy that. I didn't not enjoy that, I just wasn't quite feeling it, and then obviously it got better. My mate convinced me to do Hyrox, and here we are. Again, more rambling. Caffeine's definitely kicking in. Gonna write up some ads, maybe film some more social media content. I'm also on Thread. Don't know if you guys have got that new social media app that's just taking over the world at the minute. I'm on there under the same username, jam_strength_coaching. No idea what I post on there. I never use Twitter, so I'm probably not going to use Threads. But yeah. Work time, and then see you all at breakfast.
comfortable with running a majority of it. Coming into selection, I had been in Special Forces for a majority of my career.
Good morning, mister. Again. And here we have breakfast. This is my usual go-to breakfast. We've got focus, hide and face, focus. Of usual oats, protein powder, almond milk, apple today instead of, I don't have a banana, but ran out of those yesterday. I haven't had a chance to go and get some more. So I've got an apple, topped with some cinnamon, honey, and of course salt, because salt is your friend. Salt's good for you, especially before a session, and since I sweat a lot, I need to take in a lot of extra salt and sodium. So with this, I'll put the calories and macros on screen somewhere here, wherever there's space. I think it's around 700 calories. Again, I tend to not eat a lot before training. I save most of my calories for the end of the day. That's just personal preference. I like going to bed on a full tummy. Helps me sleep. So I'm going to enjoy this. Just finish editing some content for social media. Follow me there on Instagram and TikTok. Links will be below in the description box. That's what it's called. And if you're wondering, I don't use the Adobe Premiere Pro software. I use HitFilm because it's a lot cheaper. I've recently started using Veed.io, which is good for getting the captions and all that, so I'm playing about with that. Just trying to step up the content game, which I am enjoying. I enjoy making content, getting in front of the camera. And yeah, it's a good experience. Hopefully we continue to grow, get better at it. Gonna enjoy this, and I will catch you all at lunch. Just thought I'd include these clips just to prove I do eat this food. Good boy. Who's a good boy getting in the car first time, mate? Good boy. So it's now time to go and train. It is currently 2:20. Back in work, we'll go to open gym at 3 o'clock. I get to train during that time, but first got to take this dude to my nan's. He's going to spend the afternoon and evening while I'm in work. No doubt he's going to get spoilt no more than he normally does. Anyway, it's very warm for him, so I'm going to get the windows wide open. I'll drive into my nan's in the gym. I'm sipping on the usual pre-workout concoction of my protein pump and brain gains switch on. I just finished the switch on, so I probably won't get any more, but it's always nice to have that extra caffeine kick in the afternoon since I've been up since early. I have the Nordic Berries, my protein, which is an interesting flavour. I thought it'd be quite sweet, but it's a little bit bitter, which is quite nice because I like sort of sour tasting pre-workouts. I feel like they just give a bit more of a psychological effect. Don't ask me why, it just is. Right, I'm already sweating, so I'm going to sip this and then get this guy to my nan's. And here we are back in the gym for the second squat session of the week. Now recently I've switched back to my lifting shoes, partly because of my hip injury, so I can hit depth without having to go too low, if that makes any sense. But I'm sort of doing a hybrid squat between a low bar and a high bar. And also switching the bar there. I don't know how anyone can face the wall, especially with that ridge there from the rack. I like to face into the gym. It just gives me a bit of claustrophobia, as we say, facing the wall. But again, you can see my shoulders a bit wonky there. It takes a while for them to warm up, as I've mentioned in previous videos. But the squat was moving well. The second squat session of the week is 80% of Monday's session 4. This is 8 reps because Monday was a heavy 5. For the threes, I do 3 sets of 5, and then heavy singles do 3 sets of 3. Again, all 80% of that big lift on Monday. Just adding a bit more volume and not be too fatigued for the run the next day. And you notice I recorded each set from a different angle just to get a different view of how it looks, because sometimes that doesn't feel like I've hit depth properly, or I feel like my knees are caving a lot more than they are. It's also good to give you some feedback so you can analyse it yourself and check your own form and technique, or if you've got a coach, you can send to them for them to look at. It's also good you'll start focusing on quality rather than quantity and just try and get the reps done, because it's programmed. You might need to back off the weight to get a good solid rep in. No point grinding 3 reps if it looks horrible. And also it's good to look back at in the future to see how far you've progressed. Like, I didn't think I'd be able to squat this kind of volume about 6 months ago when I was just getting over my hip issue, but here we are. Again, from the sideline you can see my right foot is still slightly behind my left. That's because of my hips, but depth is pretty good. Back is staying nice and flat. No butt wink at the bottom, which is always good to see. Again, it's taking a while to get used to the squat techniques and switching to more of a low bar position, but it's starting to pay off with the numbers, and I'm starting to feel a lot more springy out of the bottom of the squat. Moving on into some split squats, which is the only accessory movement I've really been doing for my legs throughout this whole program. And today's 3 sets of 10. Again, because this is the high volume week, I do the accessory work high volume as well, because I'm a bit sadistic and enjoy the pump on these. I actually quite enjoy split squats. But again, the key to these is taking a little rest between each side, so taking a minute or two between sides, you'll feel less unstable and get that less of a burden in that back leg, which a lot of people experience. Before finishing with another bodyweight EMOM of 12 push-ups and H rows for 20 minutes, so 10 rounds of each. And unsurprisingly, my shoulder is feeling a lot healthier since dropping down to only 1 barbell bench session each week. I'm able to do a lot more volume work with other things, so give a bit more different stimulus. Again, these HOs are quite easy. Again, my hair is very long and very flowing. Again, someone told me I look like Forrest Gump, which again I think it's a pretty good look. Again, let me know in the comments what you think of the long hair. And finishing with this toes to bar variation I saw on Instagram. I'll have to find out who it was. And it's made me realise I need to stop neglecting my lower portion of the abs, which is I think like neglected by most, because most do crunches, sit-ups and all that, because these were burning after the first couple of reps. So I'd recommend increasing your lower abdominal training. And this was supersetted with some kettlebell side bends. Just hit those obliques. And those aren't the best for your abs, but I like the pump and the feel you get from them. Again, purely for my own vanity, I want to be able to have a bit of a six-pack to show off when I compete. And that was the end of the session, and there's now time for some lunch. And that is training done for your day. Good little session, as you've probably just seen. But now it's time for some lunch. And obviously in here, first in the Tupperware, I have 2 packs of rice, 1 pack of golden veg rice, 1 pack of lime and coriander, which I got a lot of stick for having that, but it's probably my favourite flavoured rice, with some chicken tikka. Anyway, I'll clip over, you'll be able to be seen anyway. Chicken thighs, extra calories in there, extra from the fat. Top with some sweet chili sauce just to give it some moisture, because this can get very dry. I don't know if you can see that there. It doesn't look very appealing, but it smells good and it tastes very good. So I have that. Because I have a very sweet tooth from a fat boy here, I have 2 slices of brioche loaf and 20 grams of jam and 20 grams of peanut butter, topped with some pink Himalayan salt. Because after training, salt is very important to get back on board. I also forgot my electrolytes, so it's even more important. If that makes any sense. Probably can't see this place and doing it justice. Hope you can hear with that wind. But again, just to satisfy that sweet craving after training. It's good. Again, calories max on the screen. I think this is around 1200 calories. Again, big bulk calories because I'm working for the next 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. That'll see me through the dinner. So for now I'm going to enjoy this and catch you all at home for some dinner. Nice long Friday. Back again tomorrow, but work done for the day. Now back to get Odin and then home for some dinner. I'm starting to get hungry. I think I've got just over about 1500, 1600 calories left, so I'm gonna go home and decide what to have. And here he is. Just taking for a quick walk around the block and hopefully gets in the car first time I've been having trouble getting him in. He just refuses to leave my land, so it's getting worse each time. So hopefully he gets in first time, but we shall see. Odin, are we getting in the car? Come on, in the car. In the car. See, so I'm stuck with it. Well, probably a good 5 or 10 minutes before he gets in the car. It's just a waiting game until he does. Well, that was an ordeal. I think I did this morning by saying hopefully he gets in nice and easy, but it took well over 20 minutes to get in. I had to get him out of the house. I had to get us to sit in the passenger seat, for him to get in the car. So if any of you watching know any good dog trails, know any tricks to get your dog in the car when you do want to, please leave them below. With that said, it is time to go upstairs for a shower and then cook the last meal of the day. Or one meal and then another little dessert or snack, and that'll be me done for the day. And just checking my fitness pal. Again, I've had just under 2,000 calories. Aim for around between sort of 32 and 3,500 calories for the day. We'll see what my dinner is when I decide what it is. So we're going on 98 protein, 283 carb, 42 fat, 25 grams of fibre. So looking for roughly 170-ish protein, probably 400 carb. Aim for at least 80 or 90 grams of fat. So let's see what I can come up with. And here we have it. Dinner is served. This is one of my go-to meals at uni. Maybe it doesn't look too appealing, but it is 1 bagel, beans, 4 eggs, and a little cheese with some sriracha barbecue sauce. Again, quick and easy to make. It doesn't look like much, but dinner is served for a total of, again, calories might be on the screen, but it's currently 1,082 calories. Actually, let me update it properly. Gives me a few calories to play with for dessert. So you just take a quick little taste test. Hopefully not revealing too much in these short. That was good. Very simple meal. High calories, lots of protein, lots of fibre, lots of carbs. So I'm going to enjoy this, watch Secret Invasion, and I'll have my little snack for dessert, and that'll be me done for the day. And this was the last snack of the day. Again, I don't know what happened with the audio here, it's just not working at all. But it was just a little protein mousse from Aldi. A little 20 grams of protein, 160 calories, as you just seen on screen. And I was just chatting about the overall view of my nutrition, and that I tend to eat more carbs on days before long runs. So at the minute I'm running twice a week, so I tend to have 2 really high carb days and tend to be more on a Friday before my big Saturday run, like this video right here. As also after long runs I don't really like eating much, so I try and sort of backload my calories either the day before or days leading up to it. And then I'm sort of unintentionally eating less calories over the weekend because I don't train as much or feel I'm training as hard, even though it's like an 1.5 to 2 hour run. And also if it's a high volume week like this week, I find I'll eat more because I'm moving much more, which increases my hunger. But the following weeks, when it's say a heavy week, I will eat less because it is a lower volume session or lower volume session, so I'm not moving as much and I don't get as hungry. And I've kind of been doing this intuitive eating while tracking for the last few weeks, and I've actually dropped a few kilos of body weight in the process while still getting stronger and fitter and faster, obviously with dropping body weight, so it seems to be working. And the only reason I really track is because I still need to eat enough, or still need to make sure I eat enough, as when I think what is a lot of calories can be too low. But I'm getting better at it, because at the end of the day the goal with tracking is to not track, it's just to give you an idea of what you are consuming so you can get more control on it and start to enjoy life more. So I ended the day with 3,463 calories, 198 protein, 470 carb and 104 grams of fat. Now ideally I would like to bring those fat calories down, obviously with the eggs, too much cheese and the butter and cooking, that all added up. But like I always say, fat is your friend, as for males and females it is important for hormone regulation, especially testosterone in men. Obviously because it was late in the day, I needed a bit more calories to get in, so I just thought increase the fat just to get those calories in a lot easier. And also to go along with this mousse for my family the other day, I also have my usual nighttime shake of 1 scoop of Brain Gains Switch Off, which has got ZMA, sort of nootropic ingredients, can't it's off the top of my head, but it's just really helped me sleep over the last couple of months. I've actually been taking it for I'd say a little over a year. It just helps me just relax, chill out and get into a nice deep sleep, waking up fresh in the morning to go and push hard again in training. So that's going to end it for today's vlog. I hope you've all enjoyed it and taken something from it. Any questions or comments, leave them below. Anything you'd like to see. And as always, hit the like button. If you are new, smash that subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.